Hey everyone, Eric here from Mask Audio Electronics. In this video, we're checking out the Cascader. The Cascader Fuzz is the second collaboration between Ian from Collector Emitter and Mask Audio Electronics. So this has its roots in that same sort of time period where Ian and Alec were tossing around ideas. They had a whole bunch of ideas, and Cascader was one of the ideas that kind of sat on the back burner while Park Garden took over, and they developed that further. So Cascader is not a mini Park Garden or even Park Garden sequel. It's a completely different fuzz, and as the name says, a Cascader is essentially one fuzz into another fuzz. So we have two fuzzes, and we run them into each other for maximum fuzz. It's meant to be loud, it's meant to be aggressive, and it's meant to be a whole lot of fun. So let's go over the signal chain real quick. We have my Woodwright Warlord. This is tuned to C standard. That's going into the Cascader fuzz. And then from the Cascader fuzz, we're going out to the Boss Katana set pretty clean. So any sort of crazy fuzzness that you hear is coming directly from Cascader. As we dive into the pedal, you can kind of see that it's a very simplistic pedal. We have one control labeled loud, and if we turn the pedal on, that just makes it less loud or more loud. So if we start all the way at the bottom, we got nothing. And as we turn it up, we're gonna get louder and louder until we're incredibly loud. Just for reference, that's our clean tone. So Cascader has a lot of volume on tap, which is really cool when you're using other pedals or maybe different guitars with different output levels. Now under the loud control, we have the yaw toggle. Now this is a cool thing because, of course, on Park Garden we had the yaw toggle. So the yaw toggle lets you choose between a more open voicing or a more gated voicing on the fuzz. In the left-hand side, like we've been hearing, it's the more open sounding fuzz. So you get a lot of sustain and it doesn't sound super compressed. And then if we turn the yaw toggle over to the right side, we're gonna get a way more compressed and gated sound. Kind of automatically, my mind goes to putting the guitar on the neck pickup and kind of playing like a video game style sound. Probably not what Alec had in mind when he designed it, but fun nonetheless. Now that completes kind of the traditional style controls because we have a toggle switch and a knob. But Cascader definitely has more tricks up its sleeve, and that comes in the form of the left foot switch, which is labeled Cascade. Now what this does is when you press it, the purple light lights up first of all. Second of all, it turns on that fuzz that comes before the main fuzz that we've been hearing. So we're gonna push more volume, more saturation, and more sustain into the fuzz that we've already been hearing. So especially in this gated mode, again, this is what it sounds like. Very kind of staccato, very gate cuts off and you're done. But if we turn the Cascade mode on, we're gonna push more volume, more saturation, and we're gonna get a different sound. Let's go ahead and play a little bit in the normal mode and then turn the Cascade mode on, just so we can hear the difference in sound. I'm gonna go ahead and play on the bridge pickup. And you can hear that it's still a gated fuzz, as I'm demonstrating now because I'm not touching the guitar and we're hearing nothing. But as soon as I touch the guitar, gate opens and gate closes. But we're getting a way different texture because of that cascaded fuzz that goes into the front of the circuit to push more volume and sustain and fuzziness. Now let's go ahead and turn the Cascade mode off. Go over to the left side of the control, which is the more open sound. Now, of course, we can kick on that Cascade fuzz and we get a completely different sound. Actually, what I wanna do is play a little bit. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play a little bit in the normal mode, flip on the Cascade mode. Now while we're in this mode on the toggle, which is the more open sound, and we've got the Cascade mode engaged, I wanted to share a really cool feature on the Cascader, and that is how it cleans up when we turn our volume down on our guitar. This is all the way off, and I'm gonna turn it up just a tiny bit. You can hear the sound gets a lot more defined in my ears. So we're hearing a lot of that pick attack. In comparison to when we turn it all the way up. And on something like this guitar, like the Woodwright Warlord, any sort of like Les Paul where you have two humbuckers and then a set of volume and tone controls for each of them, you can do something like I've set up here where I've got the volume on the neck pickup rolled most of the way down. And then I've got the bridge pickup rolled all the way up. I don't know exactly what to call it, but I thought it was really cool because you can get two wildly different sounds from the same mode, but just using the pickup selector. So you could play something maybe like open chords where you have a little bit more note definition. And then you can switch to the mean, like in-your-face, barbaric power chords just by turning the pickup selector to the bridge pickup, not doing anything to the pedal. Now let's give some love to the bass players out there, of course. We've got my Squier Classic by Precision Bass. We're going into the same pedal, same amp, same settings. Here's a clean sound. So let's start out in the open mode on the yaw toggle and without the Cascade fuzz engaged. That sounds awesome to my ears right here. It's a really aggressive sound, and I could get lost in playing this in like a punk band or something. So now let's go ahead and hear the compressed side with the gate on in the normal mode. So that sounds kind of cool. What I want to try is to turn the tone on the pickup all the way down. Yep, that sounds really cool. That kind of gave it the round sound that I was looking for, and that sort of the really tight gate makes it sound even more like a video game sort of feel to this bass. So I really dig that. Now let's go ahead, turn the tone back up. So we've got the tone and volume on max, and I want to hear what it sounds like when we kick on the Cascade mode. So that sounds really cool to my ears. It kind of made it like a little glitchy sounding with those high-end frequencies, but it also made it sustain a lot more and sound way more full. So I dig that a lot. Let's go ahead and kick off the Cascade mode, put the toggle switch, the yaw toggle, back to the left side. So we've got the more open sound. Let's hear that. Now let's go ahead and kick on the Cascade mode. And that's the Cascader. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more about the Cascader, I'm gonna leave a link to our website in the description below, so check that out. Also, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. That would really help us out. And if you're planning on getting a Cascader or you have a Cascader already, I would love to know how you use it in your rig. Do you play guitar? Do you down-tune your guitar? Do you play bass, keys? Let us know in the comments below. So again, thank you so much. I've been Eric from Mask Audio Electronics. I'll see you in the next video.